Hello. Good to see you. Oh, you're on mute.
I'm being rosy. Hi!
I'm all rosy. I've been out in the sun all day.
Yay!
I got pink.
Awesome.
How's you? You good?
I'm good. I'm doing terrific.
Haven't seen you for a while.
Oh, man, I've been like, I don't know, what do you call it? Hiding? The hacker got me. I just went away for a while. It was like,
It's good to hide now and again, isn't it? Then people miss you then.
it's kind of like, hey, all right, I get the message. I'm going to go away for a while. It felt good though.
What happened to your Facebook? Did you get it back or is it still gone? No.
It's gone. I'll probably never get it back.
Yeah, a friend of ours, they lost theirs and they had like 1 million followers and it took 7 years. It came back after 7 years. Yeah, exactly. No. Of course, by then it was worthless. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to let it go, don't you? Just go.
It's like a death. Face death. But you know,
rebirth. There's always a rebirth after death.
Well, remember, like I started using the Phoenix for my logo this year. And it was like the Ma, she was like, "You're going to die." I'm like, okay. Oh, she meant it. She really meant you're going to die. So I had a death.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It felt good. Felt clear and purposeful.
Yeah. Sometimes it has to burn all down, doesn't it? Sometimes it has to all burn away, and then
I had been building my pages for 30 years.
Yeah.
And
wow.
You know, I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. I was just starting a Facebook page, but I didn't have any kind of sense of security or any kind of care about who I was friending, and I had a lot of slime in there. So it was like sliming my whole, and I've loved rebuilding because I'm really much more in touch with people and people who I really care about, and especially with the elders that I'm in communication with. So that's really important, actually. So
a good clear out. I did that. Well, I got to like 5,000 friends on Facebook, and it's like, how can you have 5,000 friends? It's impossible. So I just sort of went through them. Was like, every time their birthday came up, I was like, do I know this person? No, defriend. And I thought I went all the way down to about 3,500. Hello.
Hi, Simon. Hi, Kelly.
Our two amazing speakers on. Kelly, have you met?
Not in person, but hi.
Are you on Zoom?
My sister Japan. Hi. OCO. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You're back in England, aren't you? In London today. You were.
Yeah, I just came back this morning from Bahrain. Yeah.
I saw your Facebook or wherever it was. You were in the airport or something.
Yes, I was
having lunch. Often when I see you, you're having lunch.
That was really early breakfast. My flight was really early, so.
Fair enough.
You okay, Bob?
Yeah, good. As I say, I've been out in the sun all day, so I've gone pink. I was on my bee course this morning, and then went for a nice long walk this afternoon, and feeling good. Like the dragon.
All right, that's nice. I like your background. Is it the screen?
Yeah.
Wow.
Screen.
Like opening up.
Beautiful. Yeah. Mandala.
Yeah.
I do like the temporary backgrounds, but when you move, it all goes a bit. And you try to show somebody something, and it doesn't work. So I thought I'd get a solid screen, and then it just hides all the rubbish behind it. I don't have to tidy up.
Oh, Kelly's background is rose.
I just put it up. It's a picture. Although I could take it down. You could see my room and my harp.
Oh, I see a harp.
It's also beautiful, but you're like disappearing into rose. And who is that?
It's a portal.
It's a portal.
She disappeared. Where were you? In Peru?
Hang on a sec. I was just room here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, beautiful room. I mean, I can't
Whoa.
see clearly, but what is that? Oh, is it a herb or
Yeah.
chair? Oh,
My bear here. What's going on?
Oh yeah.
wow.
You get to see all my friends, my light language, my harp. There's a canvas behind me because I'm painting a painting.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Do you paint?
Yeah, I'm an artist, musician, storyteller, and healer.
Wow, Kelley,
That's my art
amazing.
behind me there, light language. So, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
What do you play? Is it the harp, Celtic harp, or?
Yeah, this is my harp. This is Harmony. I spent a year painting a story on her. So, yeah, she was made. My harp is such an incredible story, really. It has ties to Japan, even.
Really?
You'd love to hear this story, actually. It's really funny. The first person I played my harp for when she was finished being made was a friend named Takashi Tanamori.
Oh, Japanese person.
Yeah, he was the first person who I played for. And it was really interesting because we have a soul tie connection. And he was a survivor from Hiroshima. And I was his angel before the incarnation I'm in now. I was with a butterfly people, the angels that I've, and we were helping children the night before the unthinkable happened, and he was one of my kids. So I got to meet him in person, and it was really cool. I brought him when I played my harp for him. I had been paid the week before by a young man who came for healing. He gave me a crane leg for payment.
Crane leg?
The leg of a dead crane.
Oh, I see.
His crane leg. And
What does it symbolize? Sorry, crane leg. What does it symbolize?
Well, at the moment I saw it, I just said, "Oh, I need that. It's for Takashi."
Oh.
When I took it, I didn't know what that was going to mean entirely, but I knew. You know, sometimes we have the eidetic memory, like a flash of knowledge, and the brain kicks in, and we know it's important. But I didn't remember the story yet. So when I met him, the most amazing thing happened, because we sat and talked for a long time, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I have a gift for you, and I brought out the crane leg, and Takashi was like, oh my gosh, do you know what this means? And I said, ships of people are coming to love you. And he goes, come with me. And he takes me to this room and he unrolls a scroll with the story of his life. And the first image is this picture. I'm going to show it to you because I have it here. This is Takashi holding on to the leg of a crane that's being pulled into a ball of fire. The top is in the, so that's him at the bottom holding on to a crane leg. And this crane,
God.
So he tells me the whole story, right? This white crane comes to him and tells him, Takashi, you're going to have to learn to forgive the hunters. And he tells him the story of being in a field eating with his family in a rice field, and a rain of arrows comes and kills all of the crane's family. And so the crane's like all of a sudden telling him this story of forgiveness. And this big ball of fire comes, and he grabs the crane by the leg, and he's being pulled into the air. And the crane said, "Takashi, let go. I'll be back." And he burns. He goes into the fire and totally burns. And Takashi's crying, and he's this little boy having his first out-of-body experience. This is the day before Hiroshima. So he's like this little kid, and he's all alone and in this weird place. And all of a sudden, this voice of the crane comes back to him and says, "Look up." And he opens his eye to a white butterfly in front of him. So I brought him my leg. My name is Butterfly Woman.
Oh.
I was his butterfly.
So you're a shaman?
Yeah.
Ah. Wow,
Beautiful
what amazing story. Thank you.
Yeah, so when I came to play with him, it was so remarkable. And on the 60th anniversary, 20 years ago, I don't think very many people know this story. Do you want to hear something else?
Yes, please.
But it's almost time for Dragon Talk.
Well, let me know.
Keep going. Keep going. We don't start until 3 or 4 minutes past. Let people arrive. Keep going, Kelley.
On the 60th anniversary, there was a ship that came to San Francisco Harbor. A lot of people don't know about this. It was called the Nippon Nehru, the tall white ship from Japan. And it arrived with monks who had been carrying the atomic flames and praying for 60 years at that time. This is the 80th anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And it's a very important year for peace for all of us. So I met the second boy that I was with the night before the bombing. He was the head abbot for the Zen monastery that led this walk. They brought the flames to San Francisco, and they walked them on foot to New Mexico, to Los Alamos, to the Trinity site where the bomb was invented. And they put the flames out for a gesture of peace for the first time. So it had not been done before. They had been carrying the flames, praying, but they hadn't put them out. So this was a remarkable time. And when the beautiful, honorable Zen monk saw me, he became a hysterical child. He was screaming and yelling and jumping up and down and shouting at me, "Do you remember me?" at the top of his lungs. And I finally said yes. And I asked him the same question. "Do you remember me?" I asked him back that question. And he said, he dropped into this deep place in himself, like a big well opened up, and he disappeared, and he came back and he said, "Oh, yes, I remember you, Butterfly." And that's when I knew. So one of the kids I worked with, Takashi and himself were both 8-year-old boys. Only one was from Nagasaki and one was from Hiroshima. And I was their angel, and I got to meet them, which was amazing.
Amazing story.
Yeah. So I have a deep tie to Japan.
Thank you so much, Kelley, for sharing that story. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure to everyone. It's such a beautiful story. I hope it's in this recording so I can hear again.
It is. I record everything.
A remarkable story about the transcendence of life. We do not die. We are eternal. That we live on. We just drop these garments and we shed. And that was a big part of the story. But the other thing was how unthinkable an atomic bomb is. That's anti-life. We really need to think about what we are creating now, yeah?
So true.
We have what to do, don't we?
There's more and more people popping in. What we normally do is we start sort of 3 or 4 minutes past.
Okay.
So we just let people pop in. There's lots of people interested in hearing what you beautiful ladies have got to say, which is always good.
Yeah, I just came back from Bahrain, and I also did the previous life work over there. because I was born in Germany, Austria, France, in Europe many times. And I had a very sad lives. Like I was like the one who was waiting for butterfly, but they never came. So I had to just go back and heal my previous life. And I'm an alchemist, so and a shaman. So I use my learning of this life to help others by creating healing methods or the pathways and stuff. So I went to the classical piano concert in Berlin, and that was like amazing. Like it healed my previous life by music. I know the power of music is just amazing. And he plays the music I used to listen in these previous lives. And that was healing. And I visited the places I used to live where I was devastated. And I was really scared to go to Germany because of that. So it was such a out of my bravery to just revisit, to just be okay. Because I think in this time of ascension, soon we will be living in this present, all the past lives, all the past and the future at the same time. And when it happens, it's very important that we heal our past to just integrate, as you have said. It's about forgiveness. It's about appreciating all the history about what made us what we are today. So that's part of my project, and that's the reason why I went to Berlin this time. So your story really resonated with me. It's just a continuous thread of our life beyond time. So,
Yeah, lots of holocausts. When you think about it, all of life has been through a holocaust. Men, women, children, the grass, the water, holocaust, trauma. We have a lot of healing to do, and it's exponentially greater in number than we can fathom. So it's an unfathomable number. So it's not about thinking about attaching it to any one thing, because we are infinite. So there's an infinite amount of healing to do. I always,
yeah.
you know, they would come into my healing room and they'd be like, "Why is this happening again?" And I would laugh, you know, "You're still healing?" And they were like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you're still healing? Then you're alive." Because, you know, as long as you look out in the world and everyone is enclosed, housed, fed, and at peace with the earth and with life,
Oh my God.
healing. Everyone is here to heal. And most of the time, the best thing you could be doing is trying to learn how to get out of your own way. Because if you make way for spirit, the healing happens. You know, if you make way for the divine, then the light comes in. And the biggest thing we can all do, the greatest favor you can do for yourself, is get out of the way and make way for spirit. Make way for the light will come. It will always do what the light knows how to do. It's already informed. We don't have to.
Yeah. So you're waiving this time. I mean, you're waiving the time for people you meet and people you help. So they can forgive and just go beyond this time and exist beyond time.
And there's so much more to travel through. I mean, so many of us are waking up our eidetic consciousness, you know, our photographic memory, and we're beginning to reclaim parts of our brain that have been asleep. And there's also new energy evolving us. So we're coming into levels of existence as humanity that was, you know we had advanced consciousness and 12-stranded brains, you know. So we are talking about healing the brain back to its whole state, but there's also something greater. The greater thing is how collectively we are re-evolving, because there's a lot more to what we're evolving as, not so much one species, but a multidimensional, multi-family of light, conglomerate of energies and co-creative spirits coming together that are making a whole new form of existence that was not here before. it's a co-created species, which is
Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about star seeds.
yeah, and more.
And
I'm also talking about humans. You know, as souls, many of us. So think about it. We all have origins within the soul of ourselves. So for me, that's like when you drop down from creation and you're a new soul, you have an origin. That's you are from. And the essence of that origins like with you, reincarnation, lifetime after lifetime until you remember the truth of love and then you ascend. So many of us are doing this cycle. Now that's just in one dimension though. So you're doing that in 12 by 12 dimensions in this universe. We have a dimension, a realm, and you have bodies in all of those 12, 12. Out this universe, there are 3 realms. We have a contained universe. And part of it is because anti-life exists in our universe. And you could think about it like, well, something that got away, that was a miscreation that we're all learning from, and it's on its way out. Allah, divine willing.
Amazing. Kelly, I wish I want to have a chat more with you. I'm really so excited to meet you for the first time, actually. And I want to continue this conversation with you, but I understand it's a dragon talk, so thank you. But I need to do your dragon talk.
I mean, are we here to talk? And this is Dragon Talk.
Oh, okay, already.
If you ladies want to keep talking, you keep talking.
That's exactly right. I mean, we're here to share our hearts and spirits with each other. I'm Cherokee, I'm Choctaw, I'm Scottish, I'm Irish, I have Sami blood. I really connect to the deer herders. So I'm very mixed blood as a person, European, Celtic, and Native American. And my Native Indigenous roots have been a big part of my journey and my life. A big expressive part of it, informing me. When the dragons showed up for me years ago, I was on a prophetic journey with them because I didn't know, what anything about dragons. I wasn't looking for them. I wasn't trying to talk to dragons. And 8 of them showed up like, hello. And I was like, okay. And then I went to my walking teachers. I had 4 shamanic teachers, and none of them knew anything about dragons. When I went to them, they were all like, yeah, are they good? Are they in the light? And I remember saying, I think so. And they were like, well, make certain. And I was like, well, okay. And that was all they said. So I found myself very alone in terms of working with a species that was collaborating with me on a project. And they were like, we're here to help with what you're doing. When I was doing ancestral work at a very high level, very early in my practice, the ancestors taught me about ancestral healing, and it was working with the code. You all know it. If you know anything about ancestral healing, you work with a code of 7 generations. And a generation is 3 lifespans, a grandchild, an adult, and an elder. That's a generation. So when you think about the lifespan of 3 people's lives, coupled with time, you have to calculate that. It's really hard. It's impossible to don't do it. It's like, forget it. Get out of the way. Just call it in. So, yeah, but I started clearing foreign lower life form dragons off of people's bloodlines. And I was like, what are you doing here? And the dragons were like, we're here to help you. When they showed up, they're like, we're here to help you with this. And I was like, okay. So it took years, like 25 years to fully unpack everything. But it went back to memories of Atlantis falling, Lemurians falling, the Syrian gates of Egypt, all of the original 9 frequencies of family that came from the galactics that started life on Earth, the whole entire Earth history. I mean, they were taking me back through everything, through the dust, through the sand, the magic of sand is amazing. You know, a grain of sand, if that's your medicine, wow, you're special. If you can understand a grain of sand, man, you're somebody. And most of us are just a speck of dust, by the way. I'm just a speck of dust. You can relate to that, yeah? Sister from Japan.
Not talking to me, right? You're talking to everyone.
You can relate to that, can't you?
Yeah. I'm from Japan, and I now live in London to help all Japanese, not only Japanese, but everyone like you do. So,
I've been to Japan. I went to Yokohama years ago. And you know, something really interesting happened in Yokohama. When I was there, it was 2000, the year 2000. I was in Yokohama and I was teaching a workshop on wholeness. And it was really interesting. There was a woman there who was a dragon in a human body. She was a big white dragon, and she came to me for healing while we were there. And I don't speak Japanese, so I had an interpreter, and I had her on the healing table, and I was doing clearing work on her, and I went, "Wow, your dragon wings are bound. Do you want me to let them out?" And she was like nodding before the like she could understand me ahead of being told what I was saying. So she was hearing spiritually everything and getting it. And I was like, wow. And I unpacked her wings and they unfolded and the kid who was my translator fell off his chair. He got like hit by the energy and I was like, woo! He was like on the ground and he comes up and he's like really pale, like scared, like what is that? And I said, her wings, they're big. So I met this beautiful dragon spirit in Yokohama. She was a total guardian. It was like, wow. You don't meet those every day. Someone who's really embodying their dragon like she was. She was really in it. She had her element. It was really there. It was pure and beautiful and amazing. And a farmer that I met there, like, told my husband and I at the time, I'm no longer married to him, but he told us we were going to have a child. And we did. We had a child the very next year. We gave birth to a beautiful boy, and he is very connected to the water dragon god of Japan. And Kira Katara Sky, who's also one of our dragon sisters on Dragon Thunder, was in Japan and just conceived a boy. And we were comparing notes about this water dragon, the spirit of it. So, yeah, I have a son who's very tied to the Japanese energy.
that's beautiful.
He's a dancer and a physical athlete. He's 23 now, and he's a mentor for young people and a dancer and a parkour coach. He's the West Coast champion from LA, like 3 years in a row. And he's really amazing young person. When he dances, he looks like water. He's just like fluid. But
Wow.
dragon is always, when he shows me his feeling of his dragon is very wolf and water. And it's like, wow, he's a teacher. So the energy of light always matches us. When my dragon showed up, she was called the Great White One. And people in Japan and China knew her. Like people I'd never met, really ancient people in China knew my dragon. And I found that out through people who I'd never met. They would contact me and like, oh, Kelley, this ancient person in China knows you and he knows your dragon. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? So what? Okay, so someone knows you. But the thing about it in time, what that meant was the dragons kept showing me how many places I had lived in, like all cultures. So when we start doing journey work and traveling with the light, oftentimes we're being taken into our own stories. So the mother came to me a year ago and said, Kelley, I want you to start teaching this class with me, Divine Sophia. To me, Sophia is one name aspect of the name of the Divine Mother of us all, the creator, you know. Creator can have many names. So in her holiest aspect, the Divine Mother of all of us, to me was Sophia. And so when Sophia started showing up and talking to me about celestials and taking me into the dragons of the Godhead, the dragons from began to come down, and that was some real fun because that was about the time Kevin started Dragon Thunder. You remember that first year, Kevin? You were pulling
I
us all.
remember.
It's like Dragon Riders, and I was like, holy crap, they're writing them. They're coming together. Woo! And I thought, oh man, this is going to be fun. And I had been working with dragons and writing on them and collaborating with them on a prophetic journey. My prophecy with the dragons, and by the way, a prophecy is a promise. Most of you are here fulfilling promises. You know that, right? You're here for a reason. You're here to fulfill your promises. And that's part of the whole rainbow prophecy the Navajos and the Hopis have been telling you. So we're all here fulfilling promises. That's why you're here. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. There's a good reason why you're here. If you haven't done your deep core integration work, oftentimes you feel unfounded, meaning your foundation isn't set and you struggle to trust and know yourself fully. And that's why all of us who are healers are helping you to integrate. We want you to integrate. You want to know who you are. You want to have your foundation because it plugs you into your knowing and your library. We all have old, really, some of us very old libraries. And you collect knowledge, Do you understand that's what the dragon pearl is? The pearl of the dragon. How many of you have spent time meditating on dragon pearls? Do you understand it?
The pearl, the big one.
Yeah, the pearl.
Yeah. I mean, I use them all the time.
Me too. And you people to step into them. And when you learn how to work with dragon pearls, you're stepping into the vault, the library of knowledge that your dragon has accumulated. But you all have pearls. And that is the soul of knowing. Everyone has an ancient soul of knowing. So I'm in my second elder initiation. I'm 63. Hopefully I'll get to be 72 someday and I'll have my third elder initiation. We don't become grown-ups in my tribal ways until you're 52. So if you're not 52 yet, you still have time to make mistakes. And after that, well, you've got to start sharing what you've learned. I see. Antonio, you're smiling. I love your smile. Yeah, brother. You got a little bit of time left? You're not 52 yet? How old are you? You're 40? He's in his 40s. You've got a little bit of time left, brother. So, in traditional ways, we become elders at 52. And then I do every 10 years another initiation. You should mark it with a ceremony. By the way, when you do ceremonies of initiation, you're leaving a footprint. This is for other people to step into, to learn. It's etheric. So when we do ceremonies and initiations, we are marking etheric footprints. This is so other people following you and behind you can find their way. Mark things that you accomplish. Celebrate them. Do ceremony. Initiate. It's really important. Mark the ether with your footprints. Somebody else has marked them for us, our ancestors. I've been trained by mine. I've been taught by my indigenous ancestors my whole journey. My awakening with my grandfathers and my grandmothers happened in my 30s. My grandmother's Thunderheart, so I have thunder medicine. So it's kind of been a nonstop journey. And when going back to Sophia, she asked me to start teaching journey work with all of you, anyone who wanted to come. So we started traveling with the Celestials and Sophia. I call it the Temple of Light Dragon Journey, and I'm starting one this month, the 17th. There's 7 weeks of travel. And when you go into the original temples, we're time bending. And time is not something that's linear, and you can move it. We go from gate to gate, door to door, if you will, right into the temples. When you go into those ancient temples, you remember you. You're not just being taught from her. You're being given the frequency of light that relates to you. And all of us can go into remembering our ancientness, but as you do, you become more and more confident about who you really are. And oftentimes finding out how ancient you are is a great place to start. Oftentimes we think very little of ourselves. We don't think very much of who we are. I'm nobody, I'm not important, I don't matter. How many of you spend a lot of time feeling like nobody? Many of us walk around feeling like we're nothing, or not enough, or not of value. But when you go into working with the light, from the certainty of light, then you are in your sword of truth. The swords are interesting because they can be wielded. You can use them to cut things. You can use them to direct or point something out. But if you look at how all the knights hold swords, they're holding their swords in a standing position with the hilt pointing down. That is the most powerful sword there is. And that's what I'm talking about. When you can reclaim the certainty of who you are in the light, you're not questioning it. You're not sitting around going, I wonder who I am. You know, without a doubt, that you are a child of the light. And when you stand in the certainty of that, you're not bending. You're not, but you can be a reed. Like the wind can blow and you can kind of tilt. But you always come back right. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not being broken. When you can stand in the certainty of who you are, you become what you are meant to be, a greater creator. We are here to be co-creators with the divine. And the whole idea of being in a co-rising ascension with our earth, which is no little thing, and it's certainly intense. How many of you have had to hold onto your ass more than once, especially this winter? It was intense. What's unpacking, what's unfolding, what's unyielding in our journey is that we are going to change. And if you don't want to change, I'm sorry, that's going to be very painful. Because to deny it is to go into a resistance that will be very painful. Be willing to change, because we are. And it's not true that it's only for those who are evolved or conscious. Forget that. This ride is for everyone here. Young, old, strong, weak, bold, frightened, scared, lonely. Those who can't tap out and they give up. Those who surrender, commit suicide, whatever it is to cope. Those who can't cope, run, hide, and then oftentimes give up. So there's a lot going on, and the world is full of things that need to get straightened out. Misuse of power, misuse of energy, misuse of being ourselves. You have to start by not being mean to you anymore. Got to learn how to truly love who we are, love ourselves. This is the place, the home, the base, the foundation for true love. It happens inside of us when we know how to truly love who we are, love ourselves. That is the key for everything else to fall into a place of meaning and purpose. And our archetypal maps, wholeness starts with 5 archetypes: a wizard, a warrior, a triple goddess. You're 5-pointed stars. We're all stars. And then there's an archetypal map of 6, self-marriage. Then there's an archetypal map of 7, going into the higher stars and your galactic multidimensional bodies. Then there's the multiverse, the family of light, the 8-pointed archetypal map. When we do the Temple of Light Dragon journey, you learn about those maps and you even become them. Oftentimes people graduate from that program completely resurrected into their true God, goddess power, creator power. We're here to be creators. So the big part of that is, what do we want to create? What do we want to make out of this world? What do we want to do to make it better? Most of us can rattle off pretty quickly. Let's see, we want to be in harmony with all life, with nature. We want to be clothing, housing, feeding everyone. We want to be getting along. We want no more war. Everyone should have all the utilities and houses and places to stay. No one should be without a place to rest their head. Everyone should be fed. Every belly should be full. Boy, when we think about that utopian idea of life on Earth in this very synergistic place, it's actually possible. And in fact, there are races of beings in our universe that have already achieved it. Some of you come from them. Some of you are the frequency of that future, our future selves. And, you know, I always say this is really important to say to young people, you are carrying the future of us. You are carrying the future frequency of who we are to become. And I want to encourage you to never give up on what you believe is possible, especially when you look out in the world and you don't see it happening. It's too easy for young people to want to give up on things, and a lot of them do. And I want to encourage young people to not give up. Please don't give up. We're counting on your frequency. Your adult life is going to lend itself to bringing forward what you know. And it's so important for our future that you stay and teach us. And I invite you to be the teachers. And young people need to be listened to. They need to be heard. And they need to be understood. And it's very important because many of them are carrying unified consciousness. And we have to quit picking on them. So many of them are carrying the frequency of unity in their consciousness, and they're like ready to unify everything. And people accuse them of spiritually bypassing their shadow. However, we're in this big, huge creation field. So we do have to be mindful, right? That in this creation field, you have to think about making room for creative power and understanding that we can contain shadow. It's the father energy. Think about what masculine energy does. It is a container. It creates the containment so she can bring her love and manifest. So we are all male-female energy that way. I'm not talking about men versus women. I'm talking about us. So in the story of us, this energy of the golden light with the father can contain the shadow, and you can ask it to not manifest so that you can drop in and purge, clear, heal, or anything else you need to with it. At the same time, you're aware you're in the new earth here, time of creation. What we think, what we say, what we spit out of our mouths, we create with. So the young people are carrying this understanding. They know we're manifesting, and they're struggling because they want to not manifest anything that's not congruent with unity. So they are talking from unified consciousness a lot. And people accuse them of a lot of, like, you're not dealing with your shadow, but a lot of them don't know how to do this containing part of it. And it's kind of a dance. And many of us struggle with this, trying to figure out how to be a creator and at the same time not be a destroyer, not be a manifester of more of what we don't want. Well, you got to find your way to create that containment so you can hold the process of healing and keep it from manifesting while you mend, and then be very clear what you put into the new earth. I'm going to finish my little piece here. Would you guys like some love from Harmony? Harp? I'm going to play my harp for you.
Yes, please.
So, let's have a little bit of light language. Huh? All right, and I'll turn the sound on so you can hear her. All right. Let me get that on. This is my friend, Harmony. She was made from a fallen tree, so she's a living instrument. She's alive. And she oftentimes, I never know what I'm going to play because I never have had a lesson. I've been playing harp this way for 25, 30 years now. So I invite you to close your eyes and drop into your hearts and receive some healing love.
Wow. That was gorgeous.
Oh, I love you guys. So honored to be here with all of your hearts, to get to meet you, to get to connect, say hello for a minute. Me and my bear. This is my black bear cape. I'm a bear healer. When I turned 52, 133-year-old bear teeth came my way. And I was like, where's my skin? And a month later, I was at a horse ranch in Colorado, and the native tribal elders in the area felt me being at the ranch with my bear teeth on. And they brought me a cape, and they left it at the door of the ranch, a white buffalo ranch in Colorado. We were doing Way of the Horse work there and working with horses and people. And I've been a horse whisperer for a long time. I talk to all of nature, animals. I'm publishing articles in the Grandmothers magazine, Global Grandmother Council Network. I'm part of their board of directors, and I'm a grandmother in their core leadership this year. And they started their own magazine, so I've been publishing articles in the magazine every month. And I wrote a 7-page article about meeting 5 blue whales when I was painting the mermaid on my harp. So I have a lot of stories as a storyteller, a healer. I incorporate storytelling in my healing work. I believe storytelling is a part of healing, and it opens the door to our souls. When we reflect off of each other, we remember ourselves. And so a lot of the stories I tell are not just about me, but they're about you and what you get to remember about who you are. Yeah, when we share our stories, very important. All right, sister, take it away. You got the rest of the hour here.
Kelley, that was beautiful. Thank you. That harp is so gorgeous. And everyone, Kelley is one of the hosts for the Dragon Thunder Summit 2025 on the 13th of July. So you can see her introducing other people. She and Barbara are doing the last leg of our 30 speakers. So they'll be in the American Pacific time. So you'll see her there. I've shared her links, and as always on the dragontalks.info page our speakers information is there, so do check them out. Of course this recording will be there. Kelley, thank you very much. That's beautiful. You're always a powerhouse, and you always share so much information that I'm sitting here like Azulbi. I think I'm gonna have to put this on replay 5 times to pick all the information up. So
Thank you, Kevin. I love being here with you.
Thank you. Cool. Well, that was Kelley. I didn't get to introduce her because she was talking to Yumiko, and I just let them flow. So so just so you know that Kelley Springer is the visionary founder of Love, Wisdom, Power, Paths to Wholeness, and with a rich tapestry which you just saw. 30 years of experience as a counsellor, an elder wise woman, intuitive healer, an artist, musician we just heard, and storyteller which we just heard. So her introduction, she just proved it to us. So it's always beautiful to work with you, Kelley. So thank you very much. Cool.
I'm ready. Yeah, I am Yumiko Asakura, and I just want to add something to what Kelley said, because when she talked about this Sophia on the dragon head, she came asking me to just talk about dragons in 2000. And she asked me in 2007 maybe, but she came to ask me that I have been praying with my dragons since my birth, and they were like they're important, but they're like so natural for me that I didn't really think about it. Like it was so natural to have dragon, and I didn't really think about the importance of talking about them. So the Sophia, I mean, in my world, it's Kuan Yin. And I don't know if Kelley has seen the picture of this Kuan Yin on the dragon head. you should find this picture. There's many Japanese
Oh,
pictures,
yeah.
ancient pictures.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
work with her and embody her in the seventh dimension.
yeah. She is coming from eighth or seventh dimension.
I like become her with the Dragon Council there.
Ah,
I have long black hair and I look very Asian.
long black hair, very
Yep.
elegant.
Yeah. So I have a body in the seventh dimension that is like her. They're
Ah,
Equanish and sit on the Dragon Council, the Draco Council, but it's in Vulcan.
Maybe that's also the, in a way, Japanese connection, because I'm sure many Japanese people see her
Yeah.
in their dreams and vision.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you mentioned the water dragon. She's also connected to water dragon.
Yep.
She is a kind of protector and warrior, and she protects the spirits and the souls of people in a certain way, because water dragon help people to heal their body and their mind and also.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought the same person. I mean, not a person, but Sophia, who I call Kwan Nin, came
Yep.
to us to just ask, talk about more dragons, and it all started.
It's really precious. You're like uh you're also very fairy like. And you have like really beautiful fairy energy. But you right? You know you're a fairy, right?
Yeah, I've been praying with fairies since I spent my really first years in the mountain. I mean, I was not with people. I was with fairies, dragons, praying with spirits, like natural spirits, praying with them all the time. I was once disappeared into the mountain when I was 2 years old.
Oh,
I disappear in the morning and I come back in the evening like nothing happened. My people really worried that where have you been? So
they took her.
I'm just, I was not spirited away, but I was just praying with them and they feed me and they give me everything. So for me, it's been natural, but so it's nothing special. So because I'm born with it, it's very hard for me to realize some of the things I experienced are really special and I have to share. So it's really interesting to just talk to your story. Maybe I have a, but I'm not really good with fairies because they're so mischievous, and I kind of sometimes kind of forbid some fairies to come into my garden because they do a lot of mischievous. I mean, they want us to pray, but sometimes I'm not in the mood to pray with them. So yeah, be fairy energy.
There's definitely those little gremlin-y fairies, but a lot of the Deva spirits are really partnered with something when the 8 years ago when the guardian dragons of the earth woke up, they had been sleeping from the fall
Ah,
because of the cataclysmic event. So our earth guardian dragons, a lot of them were asleep.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they woke up and came in as like shafts of light, like silvery, shimmery lights. But those ascension dragons were taken into ascension because their bodies were eroding. Because at the time of the fall, when they got asked to go to sleep, um, there was a whole series of events that took place that we lost track of remembering ourselves and de-evolved. So we didn't know why we were here, what we were looking for. We had to find our way back to them. And when I
Mm.
found the first one of those, there were 5 tribal leaders from South America who came to us and told us they'd been holding a mother dragon from a lower world since the fall of Atlantis. And they'd been passing on the knowledge to hold her in this cave, but since that time, and trying to get rid of her because she was harmful to us. So these lower frequencies that we were doing interspecies negotiation, where the lower ones had to get back home and we had to wake something up. But the point of that is this about the fairies. when those dragons that were our original guardians were asked to go to sleep, we didn't realize that they were going to be asleep for so long, number
Oh.
one. And number two, they are the guardians of the Davic kingdom. So the plant spirit world is protected by dragons. The elementals watch out for them. And so fairies, a lot of them, went into hiding. And during this time of awakening, not only are dragons waking up from the earth itself, but the elemental awareness that you were born with that's so natural to you, most of us are like remembering, like, oh, I have dragon connection. Oh, I know the dragons. Oh, they're my friends. But we're also seeing this big awakening with the devas, the fairies. And they are really a big part of our world and a big part of all of us in a good way, not just the mischievous ones.
But well, yeah, but you also talked about children. I used to be, I mean, I still am maybe a child psych therapist, and I've been teaching child psych therapy in 2 universities in UK, which I stopped. But I see the importance of helping children, and they're actually helping me by let us help them. It was about awakening the dragons, letting us remember that we can create, and letting us remember that we have possibilities, we have potential, and we shouldn't give up our dream because it's all possible. And as adult, children will teach us if we listen to them. And it's really true, because as I've been doing school counselors in many schools in London, they helped me to just trust in my intuition, and they helped me to believe in humanity. They trust me to listen to my heart, and they trust me to believe in people. So they are also wisdom, and there's nothing about no. It doesn't mean that adults are more better than children. And sometimes children, as you have said, they are connected to the universal consciousness. They have these keys that we need as adults. So listening to children is not only about to help them, it's also to help us. So it is very, very important what Kelly mentioned, and that we really need to listen. It's not about having children, it's about allowing us to connect with them and help together beyond like ages and beyond who we are, but just help us to remember who we really are just by working with children. And working with dragon is similar, something similar about it, because dragons are also transcendental beings. Like as Kelly said, we were with them when we came to this planet, but we were separated. They were hidden because to live, to let us incarnate in many lives, and we are here to just なんていうの、こう integrate the dragon part again into us, so we can become the whole, to remember why we came to here, why we came to this planet, what is our goal. And it's a time to just manifest our purpose. As Kelly was also saying, that it is time for us to remember our purpose, our spiritual purpose, and just to manifest it in this lifetime. And it is very important time. That's why Sophia or the Kwanling came to us to just talk about dragons. Let people be awakened that we all are, I mean, dragons are part of us. We are not separate, but we were separated for a good reason. And the dragon who have been waiting for us, I mean, they are beyond the time. So it's like nothing, it's not a long time for them. But they also see all these human history of what we have struggled, and the darkness and the light, and the darkness allowed us to create. So it's all meaningful. So connecting with dragon also help us to go beyond the fear of darkness. We will understand what all this darkness shadow means to us, how to just appreciate. The moment we appreciate our darkness and shadow, it's no longer shadow or darkness. It transforms into the light. That's what Kelly is talking about. I think the light. So the dragon can help us because they are sort of from human limited mind. They are almighty, they are transcendental, but it is part of us. And we are just a little bit scared to be transcendental being, a little bit scared to be able to create, to understand that we are so powerful. We can change the world. And it's very scary to just understand we can. But it is also in a way charming to just be scared, because being scared is also part of our journey, because it is being scared and looking at the fear, having shadow and the darkness. It's all part of evolution. It's allowing us to go beyond what we are and just keep creating into something more beautiful, something greater. So it's all about evolution, what people call ascension. And Kelly is also right that we have 144 dimensions to just unite the universe. Those dimensions are made on this planet. I mean, the numbers doesn't mean in the universe, but it is like a geometry of consciousness. And 12 by 12, I believe it's 144, and 144 dimension. It doesn't mean higher is better. It's just a different dimensions that we need to cooperate, integrate into our consciousness. That it doesn't mean that we have to go higher. It's all meaning about what we are trying to go is just not only going higher, it is to just integrate all part of it, creating beautiful harmony. Like Kelly just played the music. It's all about creating harmony, incorporating everything into something harmonious, beautiful. So as human being, we feel such healing in harmony because that's what we need. The sense of harmony allow us to go beyond our fear, because in harmony, we don't have to be scared. Everything is part of us. Harmony, the sense of harmony, consciousness of harmony, allow us to be together, allow us to be part of everything, allow us to be a little grain, but important grain, that we are already fine as we are. And the paradox of it is, as we admit we're just a part of the grain, it doesn't make us smaller. It actually makes us really powerful. Like, as we kind of admit we're just part of it, we actually start to shine and becomes really important. It is about, we need everyone. We need every part of the planet. We need a grain of sand, every leaf, to feel as a whole person. Every person can live like that, in harmony with nature and the world. Everything which exists at this moment as they are actually perfect. If we live with this consciousness of harmony, so when you go to museum or concert, you experience this harmony in the fine art, the masterpiece, because the master fine artist is the master of creating harmony in the little piece of art, little piece of music, and we experience that consciousness harmony, and we get healed. Our soul get healed with the possibility of becoming what we really meant to become. So that's why we get so healed in beautiful music, beautiful art. That's a work of artists. Artists are also healers. Musicians are healers. And we are going into this harmonious union of the world. And we don't have to try to do that. We can just we are good at it already. So we just have to relax and just believe in us. And believing us is also about what Kelly said, love us. We just allow us to be whatever we are. Allow us to be weak and sometimes make mistakes, because it's not really mistakes. It looks like mistakes, but they are really not. Allow us to be exactly what we are. Stop trying. I mean, when we try to do work hard, it's sometimes we are stopping to be who we really are. So it is very important. This is again resonating with Kelly's story, that to have a space of creation. Space of creation is about doing nothing, just breathing in and out, and just appreciate that you're alive in this moment. It's like a meditation. But believe it or not, when I started to do the spiritual teaching in 2000, or a bit earlier, 1995 or 6, I can't remember exactly because I've been doing the piece of work since throughout my life. But when I started to become more teaching, like more widely in Japan, it it was amazing because I felt like I'm doing nothing, like I'm just breathing in and out, and people seems to be happy with who I am. And that's, I believe, because of my experience of that happiness of just, oh, I can just be who I am and I don't have to try anything. Just breathe in and out and sometimes eat and sleep. That's where we are going. And it happens when we are healed. And the healing is not about trying to heal. It is about allowing us to just take a break and just do nothing, but just really enjoy being here and really enjoy just being you, allowing you to whatever, forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive the world, and just be happy. Look at the beautiful things around the world. It's everything is beautiful because it's all in harmony, harmonious. So, when you feel beautiful, that's when you are in tune with this harmonious consciousness. People tend to feel beautiful when it's harmonious. And so, you can guess when you are really allowing to who you are, everything becomes beautiful. You don't have to go to fancy places to find the beautiful things because everything becomes beautiful already. So that's where we are going. And when it happens, we no longer have to take things from others. We can just be happy because everybody's one with us, and when everybody's happy, we are happy too. So we are making each other happy and evolving into something wonderful. And the world is taking time, but we meant to take time, but it is a time of this reunion with dragons, or reunion with our true identity. It's time to go beyond the time and space, and time to go multidimensional, allow us to just become what we already are. So it is such time, and it's such a pleasure today to just acquaint with Kelly, because there's so many resonance about her story, and it's so exciting. And I think it's something we want to do more. Be excited to meet people, because I mentioned I'm born awakened, so everything wasn't just so normal and natural, and I didn't know what is special about me, and I didn't know what to teach, because I needed questions. I needed a student. So when they ask me question, I can answer. When they want to know something, I can teach. But I don't know what I know. So I need people to be who I am. And I think it's not only about myself, it's about all of you. Like, we need people. When somebody wants something from you, you can give. And by giving, you will know who you are. So, everything we have, if we can give it to somebody, it means it's not ours. Like we just have it around us. Nothing belongs to me. Like even my body is not mine. Like when you have a baby, you will know that I'm a shaman, and when I have a body, my body is no longer mine. And oh my God, it was not mine. Yeah, I knew it was not mine, but you actually feel that, oh, this is not mine. I thought it's mine for a while, but actually it was not, and I'm still using it. So you have to look after your body, and so like your body is not yours, but you're still using it as you. Other peoples are like that. Like they look like a different person, or they are different person, but when they approach you, when you meant to meet someone, they are also trying to let you live more. They are also trying to teach you who you really are. And that has been my experience. I mean, all my knowledge, it's like nothing. I mean, it's not nothing, but I didn't know I'm knowledgeable until somebody asked me about something that I can teach, that I can know. I mean, partly I'm channeling, but I'm mainly channeling how to explain it to somebody so it can make sense to them. And we have all sort of different life experiences. Sometimes you don't understand why you had certain experiences. I had so much life experience. I was in business for 9 years. I was trained in product reliability, consultancy, or quality control, or I was working with lawyers. I was working with US, Europe, everywhere, international marketing. I did all sorts of things. I did human resource. I have everything in my life, and I didn't know why I'm doing all that, because my purpose is spiritual teacher and shaman and all that, but I'm just doing everything somehow. And it all helped me to become who I am. So sometimes when you are experiencing all these different things which is a bit far away from your true purpose, you feel like you are lost, but you are never lost. You are never lost. You are just looking like you're taking detour, but you're actually on the right spot where you have to be. You just have to trust you. It all makes sense in the end. Like it all made sense to me. I'm still making sense, but I think it's really exciting when you open up to people, when you open up to help others. Helping others actually helps you. It's not about, okay, I will help you. It's about, please help me. And like when you help somebody, they are definitely helping you. Like it explain everything that you lived in your life. So I think it's very important that you open up yourself to help others, or be kind, or be open. And it's okay to be shy as well. Like, I don't feel like to talk to this person. I will wait for him to talk to me. It's also okay, but just be open and just enjoy it a bit more. I also taught play therapy. My pronunciation of R and L is a bit tricky, so some people think I'm playing, but play therapy is about having fun, and how to create is really related to having fun. Like children are really good at it, right? They play. They're not trying to make something. They're just having fun. But it's very important to be creative. So when you're creating something which doesn't exist. You cannot have the goal. You cannot decide what you're going to make. You are making it in the process of creation, so you wouldn't know what you're doing. So when you're creating, actually you feel lost. You don't know what you're doing, but you still want to do it because it's fun. It's exciting. So when you're creating, you don't know what you're doing. So it is similar to when you are a child, you're just playing and you're not trying to make something, but you can't stop doing it because it's so fun. And that's how you create. You will have fun when you're following your path. So don't do something you don't enjoy because you can't create without feeling excited or without having fun. So try to find something you feel really excited and have fun. And don't feel guilty having fun. Just allow yourself to have more fun. And if you don't feel like to have fun, you can just have a rest and just try to think about where you want to rest, how you want to rest. Enjoy every part of your life, even when you sleep, even when you find the socks for every day, like in the morning, which kind of socks do I wear today? You can enjoy every part of your life. And that's really spiritual. You have to really enjoy your life. And when you start enjoying your life from the little bits, every bit, you know what will happen? You start to be grateful. You start to see the beauty in this life. You will feel really grateful, thankful. Oh my God, this world is so beautiful. Oh my God, I love this sock. Oh my God, I actually love this glass of water this morning and enjoy it completely. And that's how you become spiritual. That's our spiritual life. Be happy and love yourself. Love every moment. Every moment is yours when you feel it, when you experience it. So loving yourself starts from enjoying every moment. There's nothing that you can't enjoy. Like even nani, having a steps on the road, you can choose next step. I'm going this way, going that way, and you can enjoy walking. You can enjoy the smell of the air. Like I don't like the smell. You can just hold your breath and just enjoy holding breath. That's how dragon plays. Like I've been playing with dragon, and they are like that all the time. Like they are I shouldn't say, but they're quite stupid in a way, like from the human part of mind. Like they just do silly things and they get really excited about it. And sometimes from the adult human mind, you don't understand why they're having fun doing that silly things over and over. But actually, they are telling us, they are teaching us how to rediscover your spiritual nature, who you really are. It's only found in your joy, in your life. It's you can't find it somewhere or in the book or anywhere. You can only find it here in yourself. So that's how dragon help you. So the dragon will just, they're not helping you because they are good. They are not very good. I mean, they are good in nature maybe, but they're just having fun with us. I mean, I only see them as my friends. So I didn't really think that they are helpers. Like in the end, they are maybe helping, but I'm just having fun with them. Like even when I'm training them, even when I'm working with them, I'm just having fun with them and they can be mischievous and it's okay. Like I mean, dragons are okay. And yeah, it's really just fun. So it's in a way nothing serious, but it become really serious when you start to appreciate how much you learned playing with them, how much you learned opening up yourself to the dragons, how much you learn by opening yourself up to the world. Sometimes it's painful, but it's still beautiful. You know, when I started to work with children in London, they are really deprived children. I worked with children with such a dramatic, unfortunate surroundings and life events and family problems, but they are not sad. I mean, maybe they look unfortunate, but they're really not. Nobody's unfortunate. So with those deprived children, when I worked with them, I see how wise they are. they are completely capable of living their life and creating their reality. You can't just misjudge children. You can't just judge them in a way. Like rather, when I see children, when I see anyone, I see them as my teacher, almost. Like they are so wise, even when they are really doing really bad things. But they are really beautiful beings, and that's what I've learned from them. Like you can't complain about the situation. You can't really complain about environment, because wherever you are, you can live your life. You can create your reality, and by creating yourself. So they gave me a lot of hopes about the world, hopes about human, and they made me really brave and courageous about living this life. It's amazing. It's miraculous how they can live their life, how they can create themselves. So it's amazing. And yeah, so because my role is teacher, I quickly go into the teaching. I mean, I've been working with children, but you're not supposed to be working there. I'm supposed to be teaching. So they just drag me out of this practicing, and I started to teach in university. But it's okay to get bored. I get bored really quickly because I have to constantly having fun. And when I had enough, it's enough. So I said, I taught enough. I'm not teaching this anymore. Sorry, and I will go. So I left university, and I keep doing something I enjoy. But yeah, it's most exciting thing is just to meet people, and it is scary because you will understand about yourself more and more, and you will feel sometimes responsible, but don't take it too seriously. Like you can just take it easy, because one thing I have also learned is when you want to create, when you're creating, it looks like you're doing nothing. When you're creating, it looks like you're just doing nothing. But because when you're creating some new things, like new value or new something, because it doesn't exist before, you look like you're doing nothing, but you are creating. So when you finish creating, like when you finish doing nothing, and you came back to produce what you have created, you make it manifest in this world. So there is a phase of creation of doing nothing, or looking very lazy, but you have been actually creating something which hasn't been into this world before. So when you stopped creating, you just go into the assembling process or production process, and you go into the expression mode. That's when you look like, oh, you're working now, finally. So sometimes it takes a life, almost half life. Like sometimes you feel, I haven't done anything in my life. Maybe you have been creating something, and you don't feel like you have created something. But when you become ready, when you have done everything, all the creation, you go into the expression mode, and all your life become meaningful when it happens. So that's when you started to trust yourself. So it is very important to heal yourself, because healing yourself is about seeing the beauty in your life. It is about seeing the harmony in this world. So yeah, I am also doing the course, like a healer course, and I didn't mean to teach this, as probably Kelly didn't. I don't know, maybe she was, but I was able to heal from very childhood. So I was healing people, and people come to me and I heal, they disappear and continued. And when I was like late in 20s, when I had enough of work experience in the corporate setting, I was called to be a spiritual teacher, and I started to heal more people. Worked with university hospitals and doctors, nurses, monks. Then, but it was not healing. Yeah, I did a lot of healing, but then, it's amazing. It's amazing, but I can't be continuously healing because I'm a teacher. So when they come and they want to introduce me to more client, I will just say, maybe you can become a healer and do it yourself. I can't heal everybody. You have to become healer and do it yourself. And I started teaching, and I become a teacher to just save me as well. Like, because I was healing from 8 to 8 every day, including Sunday, Saturday. Like, and I have 1 year old child. Like, it's impossible, right? So I had to teach and reduce my practicing time to just live my life. And that's how I started teaching. And I taught probably several thousand in the end in Japan. I didn't mean to, but it happened. And I came to this country, and I've been just so busy teaching Japanese people until recently. So I just started teaching in English, and I have a course for healers. And when I was in Japan, because I can initiate, I'm an alchemist as well, so I can initiate people to do exactly what I can do. So my students suddenly become a really good healer. They can heal, they can get rid of bad negative energy, they can cleanse the area, they can do all sorts of things. So I thought, that's easy. Maybe I can just initiate. And I started do that. But then they are overwhelmed by what they can do because they're not ready. And so I had to do this training, a slightly lengthy training, like 2 years healing training, which is also accredited by government accredited organization. So it was a bit complicated, but now I'm teaching this 2 years course to make people ready to just deal with any cases and be responsible, communicative, and be able to explain what's going on, because channeling is another hard thing. And so I am doing this 2 years course since 2019 to teach accredited healers. But I can also help people to become a healer really quickly. So I am going to create a shorter course, but to be able to practice as a healer, you have to understand a lot about yourself and how to help others, not only by healing, but also you have to guide them. You have to guide them to just learn from their problems and stuff. So, if you're dedicated healer, you don't mind being trained in 2 years course, but 2 years is a long time. So it's been really difficult to find a student for 2 years course, even though I know it's very important to be trained for 2 years, because I teach from meditation and understanding and all sorts. So you have so much to learn to become a healer, not only the skills and techniques. So yeah, that's what I have been doing. And because I'm born with so many things, I'm also teaching alchemists and shamans in all sorts of traditions, not only Japanese shamans, but South American shamans or any shamans. Not because I'm better or because I'm knowledgeable, but because I'm an alchemist. I can invent efficient and more effective way to do things, because being a shaman is hard work, and I just want to make their life a little bit easier because they spend whole like I'm still doing it. Like, you can't stop healing spirit born a shaman. It's 24 hours every day for all your life, non stop. Even when you're sleeping, you're healing. So it's hard work. So I have been helping shamans to live a better life for about 30 years now. I mean, not because I wanted to do it, because I started to attract shamans who are in trouble and or not only in trouble, but maybe like doing the spiritual work, like shamanic work, in a shorter length of time, so the client can get better really quickly. Like instead of doing 6 months work, you can do it in 1 week. And I just develop all sort of methods around it. I'm very good at it. So that's what I do. And I'm not being able to teach alchemy and shamanism in English yet because I've been too busy doing this teaching healing course. But I'm starting to do the shaman's course this year. And it's not only about becoming a dedicated shaman, but it's also about everyone, for everyone to connect with nature, enjoy the nature, understand you're part of it, and just be happy, because you don't have to become a shaman to help others. You can just become who you really are. That's most important than becoming a shaman. So you need to really find who you are, and meditation helps, healing helps, meeting people helps, opening up yourself helps. A lot of things help, and finding the right teacher also helps. I have researched about spiritual awakening and spiritual emergency in University of Chichester actually, and in the MA course, and I researched about it, and it is and there is a book called Spiritual Emergency by Stanislav Grof as well, and not so many books published about it, but it is important to have a guide, spiritual guide, to help you through this chaos. Because I was scared and I didn't have any guide. I wish there was a guide who can guide me. What's going on? So I am also training spiritual teachers, spiritual guide, as well as shamans. But so you don't have to come to me, but you have to find a spiritual guide, like Kelley or somebody who can guide you. And maybe you have to try several people before you find the right one. But if you open up and ask your dragon to bring me the right one, they will help you. They will bring you one. Because I can't help everybody, as I said, that I'm training. I'm training. I'm training not only people, but also dragons. Because I'm from the other universe before this universe is born. I'm very old. I am getting old as well, but so I've been working with those kind of training for a long time, and I am training dragons as well. That was something I wanted to talk today, but I'm talking something else as well. But for me, dragons were my friends, but part-time training is not the dragons that Katie is already working. They don't need any training. Part-time training are those energetic entities from the universe who is like dragons, or those guide who wants to help, and they want to work as a dragon, and they want to help people. And as I mentioned, helping others actually help them. They need help, so they come from the universe. Like all the dragons on this planet also came from the other area, through the Sirius and all sorts. But there are new energetic dragons, like space dragons coming. And I'm not training all the time, but sometimes I train them, like I did in India, like last year and the year before, and train them to be the RC dragon, so they can connect with people, they can help people, they can help others. So I've been doing that training for particular dragons, and the dragons I trained, they were free to roam, and they are probably connecting with some of you, and they are available for anyone. And I also work with dragons. I mean, the dragon doesn't really need training, but I was, in my several previous lives, I was dragon tribe, and I was also a sort of elder person who helps, like, なんていうの、ほら, the guy who just teaches everything. And I was helping a lot of dragon clans and dragon tribes on this planet. So when somebody with a previous life of dragon clan, they have really particular way to deal with dragon. And they get really confused remembering that because they have dragon egg in their body or dragon in their body and they don't know how to do with it. Like Kelly met one, like I attracted many of them as well. So I was teaching them how to deal with the energy of dragon within their body, how to deal with their blood. Some people are related to the dragon by their blood. So I've been teaching that as well as part of my healing journey, like healing those people just because of the dragon. Like there nothing wrong about them, but they are really confused why they are drinking this so much, why this is happening, and it's all because they are with the dragon. And when they correctly appreciated the dragon, like heal their previous life, and in this lifetime it's different, and you have to connect to your dragon this way in this lifetime. When it happens, they just become okay, and all the problem disappears, and they become integrated with dragon. And that sort of thing can happen to you. And as I say, it doesn't have to be me, but ask the universe to connect the right person to you, and they will help. And we just have to get our dragon back. I mean, not the dragon maybe, but some people, like a dragon part of you needs to be alive in your body, in your energy. And maybe in the beginning you feel really becoming powerful and like wild, but eventually that get integrated into your personality, and it become more harmonious, and it become easier. So I've been helping that as well. So I just wanted to share some of the story because it may be happening to you. So when the dragon clan's previous life awakens within you, like some dragon clan, they have particular way to connect with the dragon. They have this sort of dragon part or dragon neck in their body, and they invite the dragon to come into the pearl. So the dragon comes, and the dragon connect with you in your body in this egg-shaped thing. So you spend some time with the dragon in you. And when you create a connection, the dragon will be born, will be go out of your body, but you have the connection with them. So you can work with them. You become one with them. It's not like how we came to this planet, but it's create a similar connection, like you become one with them. So there is such clan. So when this try to happen in your body, you have this like egg-shaped thing, and you started to eat something you wouldn't eat normally sometimes. Like some of my clients drank so much milk, some of my clients drank so much sake, but it doesn't have to be because of the dragon. You just want to drink, but all sorts of things happen, like you feel something is moving in your body. It's not possession. Sometimes it's energy, and there's all sorts of energy. So you can say that, oh, this is moving energy in me, so it should be dragon. Maybe not, but it sometimes happen like that. So what you need to do is anything comes in you, you call them. Without your permission, nothing can come into your body. So the one way to deal with it is just to understand that, oh, I don't know why, but I needed this. So you just say thank you. Like, I don't know why, but I know whatever I have in me, I needed it. That's why it is me. It is in me. I appreciate that reason without knowing it because I trust myself. And you just open up your trust to yourself, and it start to make sense, and it no longer needs to stay in you sometimes. So that's one way to release it. And if it is a dragon or whatever, you can, let's say you believe it is dragon and you say, okay, I have a dragon in me. And you just say, whatever in me, I believe I wouldn't invite anything which is unnecessary to me. So I will receive this gift willingly, and I appreciate, I am grateful for what it is, and just receive it with your heart. And if you don't need to stay with you, it will go. And if it is a dragon, you make a connection. So it is good that you have some spiritual guide or the dragon lady, like Kelley or me or somebody who knows about dragon to help you. Like, oh, it's this dragon, and they will help you. But you can make connection. So that's one way. Or you will have this image of dragon in your dream or in your daydream or in your sleep dream, and you connect with the image of the dragon and start imagining them. You know, imagination doesn't have if there's nothing. So if you can imagine, you will create a dragon as you like, and you can create a connection with the dragon as well, like that way. So you can naturally connect with dragon doing such things. And in Japan, what I have been doing is I do the program called Dragon Connection, which which I think I have started in EU English as well. Like I help people to connect with dragon, guiding them through their own journey. And I haven't started this in English, but I hopefully soon do it. I am really specializing helping higher dimensional consciousness, not only consciousness, but the physical experience of higher dimensional being, which I trademarked in Japan. And I've been helping people with that in Japan, but because you go beyond time and space, with Western mind, it's a bit tricky because you can't reason them. It's difficult if you have to reason everything because you cannot reason the higher dimension. So I am hoping to do this year, I'm hoping to do the higher dimensional consciousness development. So you can do distant work more effectively and you can use higher dimension more effectively. You can communicate with the dragon more clearly with the higher consciousness because the dragons are multidimensional being. If you open up to the higher consciousness, going beyond time and space, by healing your previous life, by healing your different aspect and appreciate that part of you, you can open up your consciousness and your experience to the higher dimension. So that's I'm hoping to do this year. It's taking so many years for me to start this training in English because because of my background of product reliability consultant, I'm very careful. So I want to provide the best, very responsible service. So I just want to make it very careful, and I know all the witchcraft things, and I did a lot of ceremony around it. I went to Norway to just heal those spirits and all sorts. So I understand the importance of being appreciated by the world without being rejected or alienated or becoming like similar to what happened in the past. So I am making everything reasonable. So it's good. It's good that I'm an alchemist because alchemists can change the system, like in the collective consciousness and stuff. So when the time is right, I can do that as well, and that's great. So maybe I'm not making sense about this because it's a bit tricky area to just explain. But with higher consciousness, you can understand more about the dragons. You can understand more about yourself. It's also about your origin. Kelly was talking about like multidimensional origin that we have. Some people call it the star seed, so I decided to call it star seed origin. But it's our spiritual origin, which beyond dimension. we are not just a third-dimensional being. We are multidimensional, and when we become open to the multidimensional potentials and possibilities, then we start to feel, oh yeah, that's more like it, that's more me. But without that higher consciousness, sometimes we don't feel as a whole person, because when this world is beginning to open up to the multidimensional, you want to open up as well. So that's something we need to move on to just develop. And it's not only through my program, but it's also about healing our spiritual aspect, including all these multidimensional aspects, but it starts from the brain, very small place. So you can start your spiritual awakening anytime by just appreciating who you are and every little beautiful things in this world, connecting you with the nature and stuff. So that's how you want to move from. So I hope you can just allow yourself to open up every day more and more. And I just realized that I'm supposed to be talking about dragon today, so it's more about dragon today. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So dragon will help us to go multidimensional as well, because I think many of you are familiar with dragon light. Maybe many of you have ridden your dragon. When you ride on the dragon, it's easier because they are multidimensional being. When you are on the dragon, they will go through dimensions and help you open up to your multidimensional not personality, identity. So connecting with dragon also help us to retrieve our multidimensional identity, multidimensional ability, multidimensional purpose. So it's very easy with dragon. So it's the best way to do it with dragon. And the dragon is readily available around us if we are willing to open up. And you might not sense them until you develop this higher dimensional consciousness to some extent. But you want to start with connecting with them, because by connecting with them, by letting them take you to this journey, you wouldn't develop your higher consciousness. In a way, if you allow yourself to just play with dragon more, ride on the dragon more, you can develop your higher consciousness that way and allow your body to be flexible and heal. That's also possible. I teach a healing method called Kengen healing. Kengen means manifestation. So that healing allows us to spiritually awaken, because many of our mental and physical and emotional and spiritual issues are related to not living what we are supposed to be living. So spiritual awakening is often the key to solve many problems. So Kengen healing helps to solve many problems at many different levels. So this healing helps you to open up to your potential of spiritual identity and spiritual abilities, and it just align your chakras. So that sort of healing help you to go with the experience with dragon. So it doesn't have to be Kengen healing, but Kengen healing also help you to just be ready, because the special thing about my healing, which is called Jikuchu method, which means self-heal, because I'm so good at initiation, my healing, I mean, when you become a healer by my training, when you heal somebody, you're actually initiating the person to become a healer. So this is, I developed this so they don't have to come back to me, but they can continue to heal. Like when I heal somebody, they become a healer themselves just by having a healing. So they don't have to come back. They can keep healing themselves. So our method is to just make anybody a healer. So you just need to have a one practice and you become a healer, because if you have a healing, you start to feel the energy from your hands sometimes, just by having the healing. So what I want to say is, if you don't have to become a healer, but just having this Kengen healing once, you become ready to just help yourself change yourself. So your body will learn how to manifest who you are. So from 1 or 2 or 3 practice, your body will learn how to manifest. So with the experience of dragon light, going beyond dimension, you will learn how to adjust your body to your experience. So you can change your physical system to use your spiritual ability in this lifetime. So that's the intention of my healing. So I need to be teaching more these methods worldwide, but I did it in 1993, maybe in US. Then I kind of got really scared, like because I didn't want to be really noticed. I didn't want to become famous, so I was very careful. So I didn't open up a bit early enough, but I'm hoping my students to become able to heal more people. So it doesn't have to be my method, but there are such methods in the world. Healing is amazing. Healing can really help you to change. Because I have trained many psychotherapists, I have worked with doctors and nurses, and I know the limitation which the healing can transcend. So I want you to really open up to healing. I mean, it's probably near you. There are many sort of healing. Maybe there's Reiki and a lot of different healing. And yeah, healing is one way to just use your knowledge and experience with the dragon to manifest who you are. So that's something. So you need a spiritual guide and you need a healer to help you. And then that should be really good. And then you have dragons. So that would help you to open up who you really are. And there are more and more healers in this world, I'm sure. And my experience of being a product liability consultant helps, because I'm also trained in technical communication, which is communication skills to explain most difficult things in the plain language. So I help people to just explain what they're doing in the simple term. So just it's because because of that, I've been doing marketing for years in a corporate setting, because I am very good at marketing and selling things as well, which I'm not really using enough in my healing practice, but I should be doing more. But I can help people to do that. Like I can be the background person. I can help people to be expressive and be successful and help more people. That's more effective, right? Instead of me doing everybody. I mean, everybody can do so many people, and I can just help those teachers to do their job. That's what I've been doing. So I've been mainly teaching teachers, and the teachers teaches teachers, and they teach students. So I have kind of pyramid of teachers in Japan, and it's a best way to use my time and my gift, because I want to help many people, and it's not about me helping directly many people. The best way for me is to help teachers to help more people, or help healers to help more people. So that's what I'm doing. And I also want you all to help me doing this, because as I have explained to you already, I can't do this by myself, because I don't know what I know. I know a lot of things, but it doesn't become a knowledge until I have a student, or until I have a client. So I need the world to help me to live my life. And I probably died into 1999 once, when I had a very huge spiritual awakening as a shaman. And shaman, you have all these animal spirits come to celebrate you, but I'm actually dead. That sort of awakening. And I was dead for about 8 hours, and I survived. I suddenly started to live. And when I started to live, I thought I can't die now because I have things to do. And I learned I can't die without fulfilling my purpose in this lifetime. So, dying is also about living. So to live my life and to die my life, I need to fulfill my life. And I need your help to help me doing that. So I'd be very selfish about this because I can't die without doing my purpose. And it's not easy to die as well. And I want to live a healthy life as well. But, when you can't die and when you know that it's like giving birth to a baby, like it's hard work, but you have to finish by giving birth. You can't just stay there. You have to move on and just give a birth. And that was scary, and that's similar. Like you have to live your life.
Mhm.
To go,
I died too.
you've done too.
I did. I died when I was 3.5. I was little. I had my near-death experience at 3.5. I was wide awake at 4, which is one of the things that I believe happens to us as humans in our current evolution is that our sensing gifts, our clarity gifts, are subtly blocked. But if you have trauma, it blows those out. It blows out your clarified gifts. And you sound like you kind of had your clarified something happen at birth in the utero, either with your birth or your mom.
Yeah.
You got opened up in utero, and that's not common. A lot of us don't have that until later. We have some experience. But, really beautiful, all the work you've been doing and what you're continuing to do. And you're right. We're here to be inspired. And through inspiration, we also get in touch with our innocence. And that is where we find the most playfulness and that part of the soul that is the child. I always say I'm growing younger, aren't you?
Yeah. And I'm not feeling guilty about it.
No, and I train healers too, and I've worked with therapists and nurses and people of all different types of walks. Many of them have begged me to write my book, which I'm finishing right now, for years because I've been a very reluctant teacher. I've been studying life all of this time and only trained a very handful of healers. And my shaman teacher used to tell me, if you can find one person that you train in your lifetime, that's great. That's enough.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Passing on the knowledge that we have, even to one person, is beneficial enough. And I've had people beg me to be apprenticed by me, and I've taken apprentices in Sweden. And when I was studying with the girls in Sweden, I was teaching them and downloading from the board of knowledge in this universe. And I'm also older than this universe. So you and I have so much in common as dragon keepers and all of that. Holy cow. We could talk for 3 days. We'd probably be talking.
That would be fun.
But I really appreciate everything you've been sharing and your gifts and how beautiful you are. Isn't she precious? Oh my gosh. And it's really wonderful what you're intending. And I agree with you in a big way that we need to all come together more. There's something for us to start doing in creating the new tribal village for the new earth. And it, to me, is to build cities of light here, where we are no longer just teaching people from our own individual consciousness, but we're uniting and collaborating and becoming more tribal again. And it is a big part of our healing as a humanity to come together and work together as co-healers and co-facilitators and as alchemists. I'm an alchemist too. So to be able to bring our alchemy together and share it with each other and co-lead, there's some real powerful magic that wants to happen when we start blending our gifts and finding unity with each other. I'm excited about this next step for us as a humanity to start finding people who we resonate with that are like our family. I think when you were talking about seeking healing too, you know, that's something that I believe is really governed from our heart, that your heart never lies to you. So follow this, you know, follow your heart, and you'll always be guided to the people who have the right codes of light or the right information for you. But I really love meeting you. I feel like we could play together.
Yeah, we can play together. And one thing I related to what you have said, and I want to share with everyone is the best way to use our gift is share our gift without drawing back. We just give everything. Like Mother Teresa said, give the best you have.
Yeah.
And very best you have, and don't just leave anything behind. Just give everything, that you will have more. You will never lose anything. You are endless. I mean, you are infinite. So just give the best and everything you have to others. When you try to help somebody, give everything without leaving anything.
Yeah, just pour yourself into it. It's like become liquid, be the vessel. Yep, absolutely. I practice that, and I be that. I share that too. Like just pour yourself into whatever you know. When I'm an infinite giver, so when people come to work with us, we give them everything we've got, whatever we have to give, right? And it's a lot. We have a lot. We're walking libraries.
We have more than we know we have. Like when I was teaching, I'm very lucky with students, and they just wanted to learn everything. So I try to teach everything. And there is a very ancient alchemy. I didn't intend to teach anybody, but I taught that, and I thought, oh, I have given everything. I have nothing to teach to you anymore. And it's scary to give everything, because then you become less meaningful to your student. But it doesn't actually happen. You just don't know what you have. If you give everything, you will have more. And
Yeah.
it only happens when you gave everything already. So don't be
Yes.
scared.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Butterfly people, my angelic family, gave me a story about how we're like butterflies. And it was such a powerful story. And they said, I was like, I want to share this story. And they said, yes, as long as you don't possess it. So much of our world, we are trademarking and possessing spiritual wisdom, but it is an open vault with no door. And the truth about light is it doesn't have a container. It is an infinite flowing. That's what universal consciousness is. It's infinitely flowing. And the infinite flowering language of life doesn't have a limit to itself. And when we put a label on something and call it this or that, we oftentimes are limiting it. And it's one of the things we love the best about being journey teachers is that it's just like we step in and the door opens and everything happens. And what's needed to be taught comes in. What needs to be remembered comes in. What needs to heal shows itself. And we can either guide or assist as best we can, whatever needs to happen. But we're still doing that same thing, which is getting out of the way and letting spirit do what spirit does. And it's an infinite giver. And it's not saying what it is. It's not naming itself. And so when I had this story, I started sharing this butterfly story. And a week later, I ran into someone who was inspiring me. And I thought, I'm going to tell him about this story. And I started to tell him. And he goes, I've heard it. And I was like, well, but I just got given this story a week ago. It's not possible. And he goes, okay, keep going. So I kept talking to him and he goes, nope, I have to tell you, I've really heard it. And I said, okay, who did you hear it from? And he goes, a week ago, a woman who's in my group, who's very shy and never speaks, stood up and told all of us that story. Well, when I told it, she was in the first group I told it to the week before.
Oh.
And she had actually, I told everyone in the group, this story is free. It's free to be alive. So if you're inspired by it, you're allowed to take it and make it your own and tell it in your own way. So she did. And I was taught a big lesson in that moment. The butterfly people were telling me, don't possess it. Do not possess it. So when I thought about publishing, what would happen when we publish without copyright, without the trademark? What happens when we start just freely giving? To be gift givers, to truly be gifting everything we have, because it all came from spirit anyway.
Mm.
And what happens when we stop possessing knowledge and keep it free? Is that it actually grows and will take off. I met person after person who took the butterfly story from her and then made it, and then someone who took it from someone else. It was like watching multiplication exponentially in the flowering language, which is what life and light speaks. It's that ever flowing, effervescent, always blooming from the heart language that spirit is. And it just wants to multiply. Like your teachers, they probably teach other teachers, and it just keeps going like a flower, right? Blooming and making more seeds, seeding more and seeding more and blooming more. It's exponential. You think about the 1,000 people that we've touched physically, but then there's the people that they've touched because of what we touched. And that touch goes way beyond the people we touch. It goes into the families and people for generations.
I also same thing happened to me with the story of dragon. Like
Oh,
it's 2005 I started to talk about this dragon clan, and because it's from my previous life memories, I just wanted to check before I talk about it. I searched online and nobody's talking about it. So I thought I'm not so okay, I can talk about this because so I started to talk about dragons to many people, and within a few years the story was made into movies, and stories are made into books, made into magazines, comics. It just flourished in Japan, and it started from me maybe, but nobody knows it's me. And I thought, wow, this is wonderful. Like you can just let it go, and if it's resonate with somebody, it just
yeah,
at the speed of light. It's really fast.
totally. And in fact, that's the power of creation, especially with dragons. When I was in New Zealand, I planted an egg in a pure water, beautiful place. And we were addressing sexual misuse of power at the time when we were asking this dragon to help with that. And when we came out of our journey, the Me Too movement had erupted and was moving all around the world. It was traveling by the time we came out of our ceremonies within weeks. And it was like watching this conversation about our sexuality coming out in the open, and people starting to share their stories and work through violation and how we come together and needing to speak about it. So it's very timely how all of the things that we put into place oftentimes resonate into the field. It's like, who invented the hole in the coffee cup? Really? I mean, and then if you think about invention, possessing it, we get really enticed by money. And oftentimes we forget that the true treasure is not measured by anything in the material world. that the true treasure that we have, that we all get to collect in life, is how well you have loved and how well you have been loved. The true treasure is that. And that's what you take with you. That's what leaves with you when you leave this body. So collect true treasure. Be true treasure. Very powerful to remember that, especially when we're trying to make it in the world, especially if you're struggling. Call in true treasure and let it rain. Spirit will always give us what we need. We'll always have what we need. Ask from that place of knowing. I always have what I need. Everything comes to me that I need.
That's
All
beautiful.
my needs are met.
Mm.
I think you two are treasures. It's been absolutely gorgeous listening to you two going backwards and forwards, and I can see that we could easily talk for 3 days. It sounds like we need a Dragon Summit with just you two going backwards and forwards with your glorious stories. And
Huh. Yumiko and I, we could team up.
I think you should do
I've worked with children too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole weekend.
Chief storyteller in Oregon for 10 years, working with Waldorf children. I was teaching tribal consciousness to parents, adults, children. I'm still teaching it right here, right now. I want us to be a tribe. We're one family. Yeah, Kevin. We're Dragon Tribe here. Kevin's Dragon Tribe.
It's not mine, it's ours.
It's we, right?
Exactly. There's no ownership.
We is one.
Exactly. Well, we could go on forever, but we really need to wrap up. Keep it to our 2 hours. And it's beautiful. Kelley, thank you very much. Yumiko, thank you very much. I think everyone's brains have been expanded, and their consciousness and their souls and everything. And I think people watching this on the replay are going to be like, oh my, I wish I was there live. Both of you, mic drop completely. I'm sure everyone agrees. Let's send both of these beautiful souls lots of love. Let's press that love button and thank them for their time, their inspiration, their love, their knowledge, their wisdom. And yeah, wow, thank you very much.
Wow, that button.
Nico, this is a blast. Total blast meeting you. We gotta have a cup of tea, right?
Big cup of tea.
Live in Oregon? In US?
I live in Talent, Oregon. Yeah,
Ah, I'm in
I'm
London.
east of Shasta here.
Ah, Shasta. Oh.
Yeah, I'm a Vision Quest leader. I teach questing on Mount Shasta.
Mm.
Yeah, and I hold a medicine wheel of sevens.
Do you have any plan to come to Europe?
Oh no, maybe we need to make some, right?
Me
I go where I'm invited. That's how I travel. I go where I'm invited.
too, me too. So if I'm called to US, maybe I can go to US and
We'll connect.
yeah.
All right. Love and blessings. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Kevin, for hosting us. And it's wonderful to be here with all of you today.
Hi everyone.
Check out our links if you feel called to us. We're here to serve. We already are here to love and support. So you all know that, but just to say that again. All right. Bye for
Thank
now.
you. Bye, there you all go. See you all soon. Bye, bye. Woo! See ya.